let us venture into the next circle, the circle of greed, where torment is bestowed upon those who blind themselves with monetary values. The gate in front of you is made of silver, with jewels embedded across its surface, glimmering under an eternal twilight sky. The jewels, rubies, emeralds, and sapphires, pulse faintly, as though alive, as though they can feel the weight of the sins they represent. Adorning the top of the gate are cormorant birds, sleek, with shiny black feathers, obsidian eyes that reflect your every flaw, and golden beaks that glint with an unnatural sharpness. They watch you with an unyielding gaze, piercing into your soul, as if measuring how deeply greed has taken root in your heart. The gate knobs are sculpted as cobra lilies, made of fragile glass, shimmering like frozen venom, delicate yet deadly. A fitting symbol for the precarious lives of those who reside beyond this gate. As you push the gate open, it creaks, a sound like coins scraping against stone. The air beyond is thick, heavy with the scent of wet earth, metallic blood, and a faint sweetness that lingers ominously. Before you stretch a vast sluggish river of dark crimson water that leads to a glimmering lake. The bottom of the lake sparkles with a distinct scarlet hue, an unnatural glow emanating from beneath its surface. The stream banks are dense with cobra lilies, their twisted stems swaying despite the absence of wind, their blossoms yawning open like hungry mouths. These flowers thrive here, feeding off the cursed soil and the tormented souls buried within. The cormorants patrol the skies and waters, their wings slicing through the mist that hangs low over the river. They are the wardens, the caretakers of this place, tending to the lilies and ensuring no soul escapes its punishment. The ground beneath your feet shifts slightly, and if you dare to look down, you will see that the soil is not merely dirt. It is composed of writhing souls, their translucent forms fused together, faces frozen in expressions of anguish and regret. These are the damned, the ones who valued gold over love, jewels over trust, and profit over integrity. Their bodies, now part of the very fabric of this hellish garden, serve as fertilizer for the cobra lilies. Oh, you wonder what happens to them. When the living are consumed by greed, their obsession blinds them to everything else. Upon entering this circle, they are drawn to the glittering beauty of the riverbank, their desire for wealth clouding their judgment. They wade into the shallow waters, hypnotized by the sparkle of red diamonds scattered along the riverbed. It is then that the cormorants strike, swooping down with chilling precision to peck at the sinner's eyes. Their golden beaks penetrate the soft flesh, creating bloody caverns where their eyes once were. But the cormorants do not stop there. Hidden within their beaks are the tiny seeds of cobra lilies, which they planted directly into the now bleeding eye sockets. The roots take hold almost immediately. Pain unlike anything mortal flesh has ever known erupts in the sinners' heads as the roots grow, threading themselves into veins, creeping into the hollows of their skulls. Their screams echo across the circle, but no one comes to their aid. Over 7 agonizing days, the cobra lilies bloom, their stems piercing through the sinner's pupils, sprouting outward in grotesque crimson blossoms. The souls are then bound to the riverbank, their heads fused into the soil, while their bodies remain partially submerged in the cursed water. The cormorants continue their torment. Day by day, they peck away at the sinner's flesh, tearing it off in bloody chunks. But this flesh does not decay. Instead, it crystallizes, hardening into radiant red diamonds that tumble into the river and are carried away to the shimmering lake. Each fragment of crystallized flesh carries the weight of betrayal, of lies told for gold, of trust shattered for profit. The souls feel every excruciating moment, each tendon snapping, each nerve igniting in pain as flesh is stripped from bone. The water does not soothe their pain. Instead, it sears their exposed muscles like acid, sending waves of fresh agony through their bodies. Some of the damned souls moan ceaselessly, their jaws unhinged, faces twisted into grotesque masks of eternal regret. Their bloated tongues, now blackened and swollen, hang uselessly from their mouths, dripping foul ichor into the soil. Their fingers claw desperately at the muddy riverbed, nails splintering and peeling away until nothing but jagged bones remain. Others twitch and convulse, their limbs stiff and locked in unnatural angles, as if their very sinews are rejecting their bodies. This torment lasts for centuries, for millennia, with no reprieve. And yet, despite their agony, the sinners remain entranced by the diamonds scattered across the lake floor. They will never possess them, never hold them. Yet their greed keeps their desire alive, an eternal hunger that gnaws at whatever remnants of their soul remain. Be careful, traveler. Do not pick the cobra lilies. Do not attempt to reach for the diamonds glittering in the water. Should you do so, the curse will claim you. The diamond or the flower will embed itself into your flesh, and a hunger beyond reason will consume you. You will crave nothing but wealth. Love, hope, and joy will slip away like sand through your fingers. Slowly, your body will begin to change. Your skin will darken, your eyes will harden into obsidian, and your mouth will stretch and harden into a gleaming golden beak. You will become one of the cormorants, cursed to patrol this circle for eternity, watching over those who suffer forever, tethered to the greed you once coveted. Let's go, I beckon softly. The shadows around us deepen as I guide you away from the lake, away from the flowers and diamonds that glint with cruel beauty. You cast one last look over your shoulder at the river of suffering souls, at the cormorants circling overhead, at the cobra lilies swaying gently in the thick, humid air. You follow me into the abyss, your heart heavy with the weight of what you've witnessed, and yet you know this is just another circle. There are many more yet to come.